Alright, today I'm going to walk up the hill to Sky Camp. We actually call the whole property Sky Camp, but the camp itself is on top of a hill, a little ways up, semi-remote, so that's why it's called Sky Camp. Outhouse, amaryllis, bird feeder, trucks, house, firewood. More firewood. So I'll be walking up the hill, but there's a river out there between me and the hill, so I either got to get waders boots on, or I just ride the four-wheeler across. Four-wheeler. It's a Honda, so it'll start right up. Note to self, for the 100th time, turn the fuel on. That's about as deep a water as I want to go through here. This river, though, it's wild. Like if we have a day of rain, it takes maybe 3-4 days for it to go down enough. I'll park it here, four-wheeler here, so it won't roll back in the water. And I'll start walking. This would be your basic back 40. There's this, it's not technically swamp, but in the spring it is swampy area. It's where the tree frogs come down from the hills. It's wet in the spring, but it'll dry up late spring and they'll be on their merry way. The easiest way up the hill is just to walk up what we call the tractor road. Before ATVs, tractor or four-wheel drive truck was the only way up, and this was the only road. Now we got trails all over the place. Now this funky, mucky spot doesn't look like much, but the eastern common toads come here and breed in the hundreds. It's pretty awesome. Hopefully I'll be here and catch it this spring. It's only for a few days. Got to be able to get across that river. Starting uphill. I'm spry for my age, but still a hike. Steeper than it looks. There are a number of rock formations here, but this one's interesting because it has a critter on it. It's called a liverwort. It's the only place it grows here, except for a little bit in the stream. I'll walk up there and catch my breath here. It's also, this is the best spot in property for ferns. There are like 5 different species right around in here. Not this time of year, but soon. Deer poo. Here's that liverwort. It's what I find cool about it, it's not moss, it's not lichen, it's its own class. And it's a very ancient plant. I'm not sure which species this is, I haven't bothered to look it up, but I see it's growing in such profusion. It's just falling off the face of the rock. Just falling off and collecting at the bottom. It's really a beautiful plant. Some moss. That's moss. And there's lichen. And these are what's called slump blocks. They've broken off from the cliffs above and through frost action. They're slowly working their way down. Takes a long time. And here's what becomes of dead ash trees, which every one in this woods is dead. I started cutting this one up, but it just wasn't good firewood. Too funky, too soft and fluffy to burn properly. Here's another one that broke off, fell down. You can see the pileated woodpeckers, and maybe others have been really working on it. Alright, that's the level section, maybe an eighth of a mile long. Now we start uphill again for a good while. Dead ash trees. And there's the property line, pretty much follows that little side creek. Now we get to the spot where we call them benches. These flat spots go both directions. And this one here has the best flowers, the rarest. Ferns, some you don't see very often, and animals. This is the place I find the red eft. I usually see them elsewhere. I also see tree frogs over here more than other places. Alright, continuing uphill. Also, if you follow that one bench around the hillside here, there's a place where it's a little, not a cave, but a little hollow in the rocks, where the turkey vultures breed. You see the ugly little baby turkey vultures in there. So right around in here, there's some foundation stones somewhere. That's where the original homestead cabin was. That's all that's left of it. I don't know how long ago it was, 1900s maybe, probably earlier. I've been walking uphill for a while and starting to level out. As we come around this corner, you will see Sky Camp off in the distance. We keep a salt lick up here for the critters. You can see how much use it gets. The deer love this stuff. Here's the actual campground. Doesn't look like much now. It's winter time, late winter. But it'll green up nicely. It used to be an open meadow when we first started coming down here in the mid-70s. Had some unique plants and stuff that aren't here anymore, but these trees grew up and it's not a meadow anymore, but we like it how it is. Some more of the ravages of the emerald ash borer beetle that killed all the ash trees. I'm pretty sure there's not a single living one, and there were a bunch here. They made for good firewood, but it's pretty much all too rotten now. Okay, I just walked from the campground, which is a campground because it's actually level. Not much level up here. But walked over here to the fire ring area, the hangout area. We've had a lot of fun here. Again, it's wintertime, late winter, doesn't look like much. But we got firewood all ready to go for when people show. The fire pit, tripod, swimming pool tablecloth, benches and stuff. And over here's just a shack my brother built. It's excellent sleeping quarters, free from spiders, bugs, and squirrels and flying squirrels and all that. But he called it the Fellatio Palace. We're going to change the name. Signs. And right here past the Fellatio Palace, just over this hillside, is where the turkey vultures nest. This tree here, I see the squirrels are cutting nuts on top of it. It got hit by lightning. It was spectacular. We didn't see the strike, but this thing was just shredded. The power, bark everywhere. The power of the lightning is just phenomenal. We cut it down for firewood because what are you going to do with it? But trees like this go down and it opens up the understory to sunlight, and you get all this hideous crap, invasive crap growing. It's almost all rose multiflora, sticker bushes, sticker stuff of various sorts, spice bush. If you contrast that last spot to here where it gets shade still, there's just virtually nothing growing in the understory. Not even bush honeysuckle. And it's kind of sad about this white ash too. My brother contacted people about having it logged while they were still, excellent lumber. Nobody would come out and do it. They wanted to cut down hickories and cherries and oaks. So he told them no. Now they're all gone. And we don't have any way of hauling 10-foot logs out of here. So it didn't happen. Here's the last tree I cut up for firewood. It fell down, obviously. But I'm not sure, some kind of oak. I don't know which one. There's still some good stuff left on the branches I had to come back up for. I like those small round chunks. They last longer in the stove and they're not heavy. Chunks cut off here are heavy. It's one reason I quit on that one. I don't want to even think about splitting that monstrosity. That's pretty much Sky Camp. I'll walk on back down the hill, cross the river, and start splitting some wood. It's supposed to rain later though. Try to get something done around here. There's a lot more to this property than just what I've shown you, but this is where we mostly hang out. There's mushroom hunting grounds over that way a little bit. Some spectacular views. We'll get to that on another video, I'm sure. This is pretty much the camping setup. Walking downhill now, which is easier, I guess, but it's really harder on your legs in some ways. Ask anybody who hikes a lot. But this section of the road used to be completely green, with almost no rocks showing, because it just didn't get much traffic. My brother hired a bulldozer to come and carve this out. Can't see how it's flattened out here. But since ATVs came along, it's really rugged. Roots exposed, lots of rocks. And we put about probably 100 bags of concrete up here to fix the worst of it, and it did work really well. We could use another 300 bags though. Quite a project. I don't know if we'll get to that. Here's some more slump blocks, even though they're smallish. You can see them up on the hillside. They've worked their way down. Smaller ones. I've always liked this one over here. It's kind of behind this tree, but it's pretty good sized block. It's worked its way all the way down to here.